to be wrestling at the 2017 Wisconsin State Fair with Blake for 4 votes.
Yes, and the guy who we got to make sure he's awake over here because he kind of fell asleep during our last segment.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
What won this year?
The winner is the 2017 Ponyville Center Fest with Kyle and Matt with 11 votes.
Well, before I throw it to Kyle.
Hi, it's Matthew Polzine from Chicago. In the words of Jim Carrey's The Grinch, I believe I'm here to accept some sort of award. They also mentioned there would be a check. I just want to say thank you so much for nominating and then accepting me for this award. It's a great honor and privilege to receive this Blake and Sal Award, or I believe it's on the site, interviews or something along those lines. Really appreciate it. It was so fun actually being there at the Ponyville Cider Fest, being able to interview all the wonderful people there and provide coverage. Something that I hope we can actually continue on. It was actually a great opportunity. Well, thank you, and see you in the funny papers.
All I can say is thanks.
Yes, by the way, I have to thank you because you actually you and Matt. That was one of the best shows I've heard in a long time. I really enjoyed that one. That was a really fantastic one. And for those who missed it, it ended up being a 3-part megapod. It was absolutely incredible. And it's got its attention, and hopefully it gets into some more conventions down the road. I really do hope so.
Oh, it really did get attention?
It got some attention. They've got a whole bunch of people listen to it. It's actually really cool. So I'm using that now as our standard bearer to try to get us into the first conventions.
Wow.
I'm just saying, bring the mic up to your mouth too. Here you
Wow.
go. Yeah, I'm going to use that as our standard bearer from now on. So I'm just going to let you know that for the record. So I already submitted to a different convention using that as our standard bearer. There you go.
They got a check and I didn't get a check.
There is no check. There is no check.
No check?
I'm going to say, if we didn't get Maseratis, he's not getting a check.
Wait,
True, we didn't get our cars this year.
Can we talk to the boss and maybe get a little
speaking
bonus?
We have to finish up this. We're running out of time.
Okay.
For all the good things you do, we wanna thank you. For all the good things you do, we wanna thank you. For all the good things you do, we wanna thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, yeah. For believing in us.
All right. We have to get our thank yous out of the way for the year. So first of all, thank you to David. He, as much as we make fun of him on here, we really do make fun of him a lot. But
Come back from Vermont.
Thank you so much for taking a chance on us and bringing us over there. Bringing us over from our struggling network that we were trying to do and bringing us over to the Filling the Void podcast network. And we've been growing. We are legitimately, and I say it all the time, legitimately the #1 most downloaded show on the network. And I say that all the time, but it's not a joke. We are the biggest show on the network. And number 3 is actually me and Kyle Clerk's Minute. We're number 3. So that's actually, it's really cool to have really, really popular shows on this network that I didn't think
it's better than being number 2.
Well, number 2 is Trav and Vix. I'm not going to say no to them. They're really cool guys over there. Good guys.
Thank you, David.
Thank you to all of our guests in the last year. This is a long list, and I'm also including people that were in the wrestling room with us earlier in the year. So, Hayden Glebe, Jason Powell. I forgot to put Bruce Mitchell on here. Bruce Mitchell. Ernie Garcia. I forgot he was part of our WrestleMania show back in March.
Yes.
Aaron Sparrow, Kurt Hoffman, Frankie DeFalco, William Daniels, Matt Tamanelli from Broadway World, Tad Stones, Kevin Eastman, Crystal Best, Casey Jost, Jeff O'Connor, and Travis Bryant. That's a hell of a list of people that have been on this show in the last year. Thank you to our regular analysts throughout the year, and our friends. Really, it's our friends that come on this show. We call them analysts because we needed some kind of a title to give them. To the two of them in the room, to Mark and Kyle, thank you so much. To Scotty and Mandy, who come on. Mandy makes fun of us all the time, but she still comes on the show. She still supports us. To Mike, who for some reason puts up with us every time we ask to come on the show. I don't know why he puts up with us, but he does. To Kim, who actually been calling in and reporting from wrestling shows in her indie market. That's really, really cool of her to do. And thank you to everybody taking time out. Thank you for everybody who comes on this show, because we don't pay anybody, and they just come on this show and have fun with us. So.
I want to give a special shout out to family.
Family.
Okay. My sons, Kyle and Blake and Sal. You're my adopted son. I thank you guys for allowing me to do this with you and include me in things. Thanks for the family for basically trying to make the schedule work. And the thing I want to stress so much is to understand that what we do is not only kind of like a release for us, but basically get insight and somewhat of our personal agenda, and for people listening and putting up with everything that we've done, thank the podcast community. So hopefully if you like what you're listening to, give some feedback so we can kind of improve on things or try to go in the right direction. But I thank everybody, especially family.
I want to say thank you to Sal. Sal and me, you've been with me for almost 5 years now. We're going to get into our big show stuff coming up next year. And we have arguments over scheduling a lot, trying to figure out how we're going to pull this show off both weeks. But we do it, and you sometimes are just laying in bed doing the show. But I appreciate it, and there will be no Blake Sal Show without Sal. So I have to actually say thank you to you for coming on this show.
Well, thank you.
Next time, Sal, can you put clothes on, though?
No.
Okay.
Right. So, I obviously want to thank you, Blake, for being so supportive and dealing with my schedule changes and forgetting that I have to work on certain days when we're supposed to record. You know, we already thanked everybody that's been on the show, but I'll say it again. You know, thank you to everyone that's been on the show. Thank you to the haters for making us popular. Thank you for that was a jab.
That one, that was good.
Thank you for the listeners for finding us, discovering us. You know, but talk to us,
please.
Tweet us, put us on Facebook. We want to know how you found us because we're really curious.
Yes.
And lastly, and most importantly, thank you to this crazy world for giving us material to talk about.
Yeah, we never short on topics. Even if it's a short show, we're never short on topics to talk about. That's for sure. Okay, quick. 2018 is going to be big for this show. We are hitting our 200th show at the end of February into March. I haven't figured out the date yet, but we are hitting our 200th show, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe we're going to do it.
That is insane.
And then at the end of March, and this is cool, the last week of March will be our 5-year anniversary. That is insanity. I cannot believe it. We're here.
Can we get special guests?
We're working on stuff for 5-year anniversary. I cannot believe it. And also in August, this is I'm making this official here, we will be doing a show in New Jersey. Me and Sal.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a show in New Jersey for the very first time ever. So I'm looking forward to that in August. So that's all the stuff coming up in 2018, plus our normal specials, plus everything else that goes on in the year. It's going to be a fun one. Let's get out of here for 2017. And Sal, I was trying to figure out a good way to close this. I usually close like an All Lang Syne, but because I used that for our montage of Friends, I decided to go with something a little more me. So Sal, for the last time in 2017, let's wrap this bad boy up with Seasons of Love from Ryan.
Our show. Oh, my bad. I started early. I'm sorry. We still haven't gotten it right. Our show is a part of the Filling the Board podcast network, available on iHeartRadio, Spreaker Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, TuneIn Radio, SoundCloud, and now on all Alexa devices. And we're not talking about the wrestler.
No. Alexa, play the Blake Sal Show. For more information on this show and in all the 2018 stuff, and probably a new website design, because I have the time to do it now, go to theblakeandsalshow.com, our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and look for our brand new logo coming in 2018. I promise you we'll have a brand new logo in 2018. And comment, and as Sal said earlier, leave a rating and review. We'll talk about it on the show to start off 2018. Sal, plug away.
Yeah, we've been saying it for a while now. If you're over on Facebook and you're a creative person, you can always join the public group, the Club Kayfabe Creative Community. Meet up with like-minded people. If you're a writer, you want some feedback, you can go ahead and join the group. And we're a very open and eclectic group, and we want more members.
That's true, and it's actually a really good place. I post our show there a lot, and it's actually really cool to have an audience over there. All right, next week, as I mentioned, I think a couple weeks ago I mentioned this. Next week, we're running an archive show to start the year because I just want to take another week off to start 2018. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks for our first official show of 2018 and our ride and our run to 200.
Wow.
All that being said, all people that called in earlier, awesome. We mentioned you all earlier. It was amazing to hear from you. On behalf of Kyle, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And Mark, sign off for the year.